Hey Aries, what's going on? This is Brandon over on Wow Intuitive, here to do an energetic reading for you for the dates of July 17th through July 24th. This is just going to be a simple reading to help get you through the week, let you know what's coming towards you, what may or may not be coming towards you too as well. But take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. None of this is set in stone, like pass or fail. Like if you don't listen to what I say, you're going to have a miserable week. Nothing like that. A lot of you Aries are probably going to be naturally doing these things because I believe by your weekly reading last week, you guys were in a very good spot, especially with balancing out your different energies. So let's make sure that we're keeping up that good work, all right? See if I can help give you a couple of pointers, point you in the right direction. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far, Aries. Hope nobody's bringing forth that god or goddess of war side of you that can tend to pop up. But if it is, let's see if we can find some ways to deal with it a little more gracefully than we have in the past, or to keep up the good work. Like I said, a lot of you Aries are probably in a good spot right now. It's just everybody else who's making you kind of go, So let's let's see if we can get some good advice for Aries. Dates July 17th through the 24th. What did we, whoa, I just flippity flopped right out of there, didn't I? All right, I like it. So we're starting off with sacral energy. Let's make sure that we're feeding that area of us that is creation, that does create. Let's make sure we're getting out there and doing something that creates something that wasn't there before. Like I try to tell people, like if you don't find yourself all that artistically inclined, make a stick figure picture. Just draw a stick figure with a smile and a hat, and you just created something that wasn't there before. You've created, and from there you'll start to build on it because you'll get hungry. You'll be like, what else can I do? You know, and that's how it works with creation. Once you create something small, you're like, you want to create bigger and better things. Or at least that's how it's supposed to work. I hope nobody's trying to create something and then create something of less impressive. So let's make sure that we're building on that creative energy, on that sacral energy, and getting out there and being creative in some way, shape, or form, all right? And this is also gonna be key for you this week, all right, Aries, is making sure that the nest is nice and comfortable and nourishing. All right, let's make sure that we have nourishment coming from our family environment, from the people who we care about. You can't care for something that doesn't care for you. That's an energy exchange that leaves you in the negative, that leaves you at a deficit. So let's make sure that our home environment is reflective of what we have coming from within us, which should be nourishment, nurturing energy. Okay, let's make sure that we're using this creative side of us to make the home a little bit more of a funner environment, more fun environment, funner. But let's make sure that we're using that creative energy to make the home environment just a little bit more stimulating. All right, if it hasn't been, if it's just reached a point where it's kind of dull and mundane, then let's spice it up a little bit by doing something a little different. Throwing on a song and telling somebody to get up and shake their butt with you is a great way to kind of throw the energy off a little bit. Put a smile on people's faces most times because they just feel goofy. They feel silly like they did when they were a kid. So let's use that sacral energy to connect to that inner child spirit, that one that just has so much zeal, so much satisfaction from living life. All right? Oh, bam. This is going to be great for you guys this week. Your third eye chakra is probably popping off real crazy right now. You're starting to see things in ways that you hadn't before. That's all part of this journey. That's all part of the experience of opening up your chakras and balancing them out. Once you start to see the world and hear the world in a different way, you're going to be experiencing it in a different way. So latch on to that. It can be a bit of a crazy drive, but it's a very enjoyable one once you reach your destinations or you hit those points on the map to where you know you want to go. Okay, let's make sure that we're nurturing this aspect of us as well, mind, body, and soul. It's all one being. They're not separate entities. They're all you. So let's make sure that we're using that to our advantage this week. Let's make sure we're not just seeing with our eyes and hearing with our ears, but allowing our mind chakra to do a lot of the computational work this week. All right? Don't go for the obvious. Don't consume the obvious. All right. A great thing about this time right now is a lot of veils are kind of flimsy. You can see through them if they're not totally lifted. And once you can see through the veil, once you can lift it or see straight through it, the problem is a non-issue. You're already done. You've already fixed it because you can see what's really going on. You've penetrated it through to its core, and then you can absolutely either take it in a new direction or get rid of it completely. But let's pay attention to that this week, Aries. Let's mind what's around us in our family environment, in our home, in our nest egg, so that we're continuing to develop that sacral energy, that third eye energy, that energy that is just going to feed that spark within you and turn it into a conflagration. A conflagration is a big ass fire, okay? This is going to be big for you too, all right, Aries? Let's bring in that love chakra. Let's open that heart chakra and send it to the horizon. Send it to the moon. To the moon! Let's go to the moon with our love this week, okay? Even if it's hard, even if you want to rip out somebody's larynx, just either walk away or find a way to appreciate that larynx and keep it right where it's at. All right, let's find that love that maybe we didn't know existed in us. That bit of care and nourishment that maybe we didn't know we can give to somebody. Let's look for that if you haven't been experiencing that. All right, Aries, let's bring this in. If you haven't been experiencing love in your life, bring it in on your own. Don't wait for somebody to bring it to you. Don't wait for somebody to do the work for you or to show you or tell you how love is supposed to be. Love is when you care for something so much that you want to see it grow no matter what. No matter what it costs you, you want it to grow and become something beautiful. That's what true love is. So let's make sure that we're giving that as well as allowing that to be given to us. All right, let's not block our love channels this week. All right, let's not shut down and hate the world. Okay, let's find the things that we love within it and latch on to those things so that we get inspired by them. That we get that spark within us, that the inner child starts to really jump around within you when you get inspired. So let's use that to our advantage. And love is going to be a real key component for you this week with maintaining balance if you've been feeling a little bit off lately, all right? And boom, that third eye. You guys are obviously working on this a lot, I can see. A lot of people think that if you're being quiet and stilling your mind, that you're doing nothing, which is not the truth. Doing nothing and being still are two different things. Okay, and one, you're actually doing nothing. On the other, you're quieting yourself and allowing yourself to receive the energies around you that are knocking on your door, that maybe want to inform you of something or warn you of something or tell you to keep doing something that you've been doing that's fantastic. So let's make sure that we're starting to visualize the world that we want to see, and you'll start to see it when you open your eyes or when you come out of that meditative state. You'll start to manifest this exact world into your 3D reality. So let's make sure that we're visualizing as much as possible, finding that way to get into a meditative still state. That doesn't mean you have to sit still. Like I've said in many other videos, when I get into my meditative state, I'm out there dancing, I'm jumping around or stretching, or I'm doing something that requires motion because I can't sit still well. I don't do that well at all. Like that's been one of my goals with meditation, has been learning to sit still sometimes. And I can do it, but I just don't do it all the time. You know what I'm saying? I got that kind of control like that. No, I'm just kidding. But finding that way to get into your own internal universe and start to view that and see what's in there is what you're attempting to do whenever you get into a meditative state. You're looking for these secrets about yourself that you had no idea about. You're trying to cast light on the shadows in there, clear out cobwebs when you go into a visualization state. All right? And that's going to be big for you this week. Let's make sure we're finding that way to bring ourselves down if somebody's trying to piss us off. Let's make sure that we're using that to bring ourselves up if we find ourselves in a really low emotional state. Let's use that visualization to pretty much hit the reset button on whatever emotional imbalance you might have going on. That's the great thing about getting into that kind of state of being, is that it hits the reset button and you're able to go forward from there with a refreshed mind and body and spirit. It pretty much it resets everything so that you can go forward in a productive manner. So use that to your advantage this week, okay? This is great. Let's make sure we're opening up that crown chakra to receive the guidance, no matter where it's coming from. I know some people, you don't want to hear 2 words out of their mouth before you get annoyed, but let's make sure we're not shutting that down. Let's make sure we're opening that heart chakra wide open so that we can receive the guidance that may be coming from a source you don't appreciate all that much. You know, like I said, there are people out there who annoy the heck out of you, and you know you don't want to be around them for more than 5 minutes. But maybe that 5-minute quick conversation can give you just a little morsel of something or something to chew on that takes you so far, that really enlightens you, that really opens you up to a new way to view something or to look at something or experience it. Okay? And we're going to pull one more from the bottom of the deck for my beautiful, beautiful Aries out there. We just talked about this earlier. Keeping that heart chakra in balance, is keeping that heart chakra open, is going to be big with creating this emotional balance. Not just allowing the wrath of the Aries to rule if you're going through conflict with somebody, especially if you're in a relationship right now that maybe is on the rocks and it's a little bit tough to deal with this person like you used to. What was the reason you used to be able to do it? What were the conversations that you used to have that used to inspire you to be around this person? That's what you want to try to figure out. And if it can't get back to that, then you want to start thinking about how to minimize that influence so that you can get out there and maybe find your emotional balance again. Like it's not all about keeping things that no longer serve you as well. Sometimes it's about burning that bridge so you can get somewhere else or find a new path. Okay? So let's make sure we're bringing in emotional balance. Let's make sure we're doing the shadow work so that we're balancing out our shadow selves with our light selves. So let's make sure that we're filling our cup with the light of the world. Okay? That's what's it looks like you guys are in a good place, Aries. There's a lot of high level energy over here. You guys seem to be very grounded, rooted into the environment around you. Let's get more creative. As you start to get more creative, that's exercising that mind chakra. So that's going to work hand in hand with expanding your third eye capabilities. I know a lot of you guys are popping, like your third eye is just it's going crazy right now. You're seeing everything as it should be seen, which is a beautiful thing. And allow that in, because that's going to be what helps your crown open up to the guidance that is trying to be shown to you, that's trying to be gifted to you. Use this energetic time to receive gifts from the universe. A lot of people think that retrogrades and full moons are out to destroy us and expose us and create discord. But no, they're the gifts of truth. Sometimes with the full moon energy, it's not about exposing a negative secret. Sometimes you might have a conversation with a relative and find out about their party days that you had no idea about, or something of that nature. Like, use this time to delve deeper into who people are around you as well as who you are yourself. All right. But that's all I have for you for now. I'll be up with you guys again more towards the weekend with your weekend message. In the meantime, in between, take care of yourselves and take care of everybody else as much as you can. I love you guys. Peace. Namaste.